Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is episode 32 of the MXSX podcast, our Daytona 450 review. I'm Adam, here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
What is up, my friend? Daytona coming up. Nice race. Good stuff. A lot to talk about.
So much to talk about. It was just classic Daytona in like all the sense. So it was a great night. Unfortunately, there were some injuries and stuff, which we'll talk about. It looks like most of them were in the 250s.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to them. Yeah, crazy night. Like as we said, it's Daytona's Daytona. Like there's something about them where magic happens. A lot of good stuff happened. A lot of good racing. It's Daytona. That's all I have to say.
Dude, the track reminded me of like your track that you used to have because it was like a lot of dirt. They said they didn't bring any clay in this year, and it was just super. It was like sandy, but it also had like that dirt, that really dark, dark dirt.
Yeah, and then that light spot, which was they had the light sand. Yeah. I can see that. That would be cool. I wish,
dude. And those sand sections they had there, it was like. It was like watching a video game, like Mario Kart or something, where you got to drive through like the sludge or something. Just watching them, they're like going so fast and they hit the sand and it's just like, they look like they're barely moving. You know what I'm saying? Like They're going so fast and they're like barely moving. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was watching that. It was definitely good racing, man. Memories happening, records breaking. Like I said, good battles. Taking out
a lot of first people made the main events, and some first time winners this year,
some first time team winnings,
both classes. Yeah. So let's jump right into this and break this down for everyone. We'll start with the 250s. Or just kidding. We're going to start with the 450s. We already said that. 450s Heat 1. Let's do this.
Yeah, this is going to be the 450 recap. So,
yeah. Well, first of all, with qualifying, I got the lap times pulled up just to break this down for everyone real quick because Eli Tomac was the fastest.
Yes.
In the qualifying.
He was fastest, and he usually does pretty well whenever he's fastest. So.
Yeah, and he was followed by Musquin. And both of them, Eli had a 109.00 or 109.095, and then Musquin had a 109.258.
Yeah, super close, yeah.
Yeah, so this is like the longest track by far of the Supercross series.
Yeah, therefore
1 minute and 9 seconds.
Yeah, therefore a short lap. So shorter amount of laps.
Yeah, they did have to cut a couple laps off everyone, but Cooper Webb or Jason Anderson, Cooper Webb, Justin Brayton, he was 6th in the qualifying. Baggett, Malcolm. Okay, then all the way down to 14th, they were all like 111s. Everybody was really close.
Yeah.
Like, their lap times were super close, which is awesome for like such a long track, and then they come in that close and stuff. That's crazy.
Definitely.
They were like, all right, let's get into the racing because there was some really great stuff. This first heat, dude, it was just the Justin Brayton show.
So yeah, dude. So Brayton with a great hole shot, and definitely he just went up front and he just won that from start to finish, no doubt.
And Anderson goes down like right after that first turn because like he was right behind Musquin, and Musquin hit that little tough block thing and knocked it right into like right in front of Anderson.
Yeah, right in the lane of Anderson, and he went down early, right at the start, pretty much. And I was a little excited. I'm not gonna lie.
I know he wasn't. Hey, but that's another time that the tough blocks like caused someone to crash. Boom, right there, another one. So
hey, man, they save people and they hurt people.
So Anderson was in last. So he falls all the way to last.
Yes.
And then it was like Brayton, Muscan, Freezy was good. Stewart, we saw Stewart up there.
Yes.
Pike, always in like 4th, 5th. That's like no matter if it's the heats or the mains, he's like always right there. But Anderson, he wasn't messing around though. He knew he had to get to 9th. But he was crapping his pants though, thinking like if he has to go to the LCQ.
You think he was thinking LCQ?
He almost did.
Yeah. He barely make it for sure.
Yeah, well, he was in like go mode. He was just picking people off left and right, And then Marvin fell trying to pass Brayton on the last lap.
Yeah, I know that was dumb, wasn't it?
He went for it. He definitely went for it.
Yeah.
So, dude, that's sand. It was just in that sand. That shit's difficult as hell, man.
Definitely, they definitely got eaten up by it.
But yeah, besides like all that, Anderson, he did make it in.
Yeah, he did. He ended up getting 9th, so good for him. Hell of a comeback for sure. He looked aggressive.
Dude, he was pumped too. He was pumped whenever he found out he got 9th.
Oh,
he
for
was
sure.
so pumped. Like he was actually pumped. I don't know if he didn't know he was in 9th, but when he saw that he was in 9th, he was so happy.
I guess. Not having to go to the LCQ, that's sick.
Yeah, man. If you go to the LCQ, man, and you're the points leader, yeah, anything could happen.
But yeah, so Justin Brayton ended up winning that. Right behind him, it was Muskin. 3rd place was Pike. Malcolm in 4th. Vince Freezy in 5th. Chisholm in 6th. Good stuff for Chisholm. Good finish. Tickle in 7th. Bradley Taft, who also made the pass on LeMay to make it to the straight to the main event, and then Jason Anderson in 9th place.
LeMay had a tough night.
Yeah, he did.
It was a rough.
Yeah, he got passed right at the end, right there, and that kind of sucks for him because it threw him to the LCQ. But yeah, so that was heat number 1. Heat number 2, a whole different story.
Yeah, things got a little heated here.
Yeah. Well, so we have Webb with a great start, followed by Tomac, and guess who else?
Who else?
Your boy.
Reed, Chad
Reed. Yes, sir.
That's right.
Great start, and they look pretty good. Craig was also up there.
Dude, he's so good at he's really been good at these starts. He kind of fades a little bit, but
I like him on the 450, dude. He definitely fits him well. He looks good.
Yeah, man, that's a good pickup there. They're gonna need to start signing some more people over there on Honda, though. They're running thin.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and Tomac did not have a great start at all. He was way back there, and then he passes Reed and Wilson for 5th. He's running 5th.
Yeah, but Wilson was up there for a little bit too. He ended up getting 2nd in the heat. So, but yeah, Cooper Webb and Eli, they had a little battle going on for the heat. It was a little hot.
Yeah, man. Well, Webb's been pretty hot. It seems like someone always takes him out and ruins his night.
Yeah, he's been looking
kind
good.
of
You're right.
The thing. When he runs good, someone gets him.
Yeah, he has been looking good. You're right. You're absolutely right, dude.
So yeah, Webb is dominating, coming down right there at Daytona, that classic long, rhythm section right in front of all the fans.
Yeah.
It's got a little bend in it to kind of go with the track, and they have the little mule with the old guy buckled in the back with the camera. They love that guy.
Yeah, I know.
They love doing that, and I don't even think their cameras. I don't even think the shot ends up that great, but they love doing it. But they don't have a spider cam or anything, so that's their only option.
That's the closest they can get. Yeah.
So they're running, cameras on them. Tomac catches Webb, and then right at the end of that section, going to turn right, he decides, I'm just gonna take him out.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. There was no doubt about it that he was going to put it taken out. In his defense, Webb did try, take him out not take him out with the figurative of the word, but take him out he was closing him, pushing him to the outside of the tough blocks. He did it a couple of times before, and I can see the frustration on Tomac and why he had to do what he had to do. So it was I love the fact that Webb ended up on top of Tomac, and like he just like stood on his bike and took it like his sweet ass time to get up and like get going. That was
Dude, that's what I'm saying. He's standing on his bike like you bitch. Like I'm gonna pick up my bike, but I'm gonna stand on top of your bike. So you gotta wait.
He does. He does need him because he doesn't have the stands, to get over the bike and get that thing started.
Yeah, that's such a baller move. The only thing that would make it more baller if Tomac like went over and like pushed him off his bike or something.
Yeah, that was a dumb that was a dumb move, especially in a heat race. Like that was dumb on Tomac. That was absolutely unnecessary. But like I said, I can see the frustration and why he had to take him out.
I can see maybe why he he comes over the finish line. The crowd goes crazy every single time. Like he rides by.
Yeah.
So the crowd's going crazy, and he's like, I'm gonna go for it. But it was just the wrong place. I think he would have had him like maybe a couple turns later. But
he had him
jumped
without
the gun.
without even having to take him out. Like it was so unnecessary. It was a horrible taken out for sure.
He'd cleaned him. He just totally cleaned him out.
Yeah. So,
Jenny Taft was saying after the race, Jenny Taft, she was like trying to catch up with both of them. And Cooper Webb kind of played it off cool and was like, hey, it's racing and whatever.
Yeah.
And then she said Eli Tomac was kind of, he was cross jumping in front of me and kept jumping in front of me and light it up. And it's like, I don't know. I think I like Cooper Webb's response better. Like, hey, it's a racing.
It is though. It really is. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see the frustration on Tomac and like why he would do that. So
yeah, because he's been the fastest, and it probably is just frustrating for him not to just be up front and just dominate everyone. But it makes for good racing. Him having to come back. Him coming through the pack with all these. Yeah. If he just gets out if he gets the whole shot, it's boring because he just dominates everyone so hard. But when he's got to come through the pack like that, it definitely gets exciting. So yeah, like you said, Christian Craig won, Dean Wilson got second, Blake Baggett third, Cooper Webb right there fourth, Chad Reed, your boy, in fifth, Eli Tomac got that sixth, Benny Bloss seventh, and then Cedric Soybriras. Had him on my fantasy this week. Was supposed to be a lock.
I didn't do that well. I didn't do that well in my fantasy this week. So,
did you had him in yours?
Who was that?
Cedric Soybriras.
No, I picked him last week. I did see him at the Tampa MX though. He was out there. He looked.
That's what I'm saying. Second. You said he was out there. He looked good. I put him on my team, and it didn't end well.
Well, he made it to the main.
He did, but if he would have done like one or two positions better, that's all I needed. But we'll get into that in the main. So he was eighth, and then the final spot went to Kyle Cunningham. Tyler Bowers didn't make it in this one, so we got to look forward to him in the main event.
Or LCQ.
Starling didn't make it in. Tedder, who else has been? Catanzaro, Enticknap. Let's take it to the LCQ then. Unless you had anything else you wanted to add with all that.
That's about it. Horrible taken out. We got the results. We got the LCQ. And like you said, Bowers didn't make it. He did make it over in the LCQ. He ended up winning. He pretty much was gone from the start. I think he got like 7 seconds on second place, which is what he's supposed to be doing, especially if he's on that bike,
Yeah, and just got to throw some respect towards Dean Wilson, second place. That's good. That's, good. Probably his best of the year, so.
Oh, yeah, on that heat race, for sure.
Yeah, just good to see him up there, and he had a pretty decent day,
Yeah, so LeMay did make it also on the LCQ, so good for him, even though he had a rough heat race. Also, Dakota Tedder in third. Carlin Gordon in second place, and then Tyler Bowers, like we just said, first place. So
yeah, he whole shotted, just dominated everyone on that factory, pro circuit Kawasaki.
Yeah.
But the only other thing to talk about in the 450 LCQ was Ben LeMay. He came up short on that quad. Same one that Jerry Robin in the 250s came up short on, but he didn't wreck. Ben LeMay didn't wreck, so
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he came up really short, and all the announcers are just like, "Oh!" So that was the most exciting thing out of that race. But it was good. Carlin Gardner first main event. So good for him.
Yeah.
From California. So I was just looking at everyone's hometowns from this LCQ. California, Arkansas. Or just kidding, that's Alaska. My bad.
All right, so let's move to this main event, and what a main event, huh?
It was classic Daytona. It was crazy. From start to finish. You were just pumped. You were just pumped up, man.
Yeah,
this is where it was at. This is why we love this sport, for races like this.
Oh, sure. I said Daytona was gonna be full of surprises, and it was.
It was definitely full of surprises. Craig gets the whole shot with Brayton right there.
Yes.
Musquin in third. And I picked Musquin to win last week. So that didn't happen. But he was in third off the start. So it looked like it was going to for a second.
Last week.
Yeah.
Not this week.
What do you mean?
You picked him for this week or last week?
Yeah, I picked him for this week, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, so we had, like you said, we had Craig with the great star right behind him. Brayton, Eli Tomac went down. Muskin's also right there. So,
Eli Tomac clips the back of Pike going around one of those turns on the first lap. And it was really weird because he clipped his tire and it's like he lost his balance and then he just looped the bike out.
Yeah, he just kind of let it ride kind of thing right after that second turn, I guess I should say. And he gets passed pretty much by everyone. So at this point, you're
everyone, pretty much everyone. Every single person passed him. He's in dead last.
Yeah, at this point, you're like, oh, well, Tomac's out. Let's see what's going on in the front. So up front, we have Brayton and Craig battling out.
Yeah, and the two Honda riders, were they the only two on the entire track? I don't know, maybe, possibly.
It seemed like it, but it doesn't. Yeah. Well, no, you have Freese also, and then who took out
LeMay.
Anderson in at one point in the race, and Anderson losing a lot of positions there too.
Yeah, that was crazy because Anderson he just got into the back of him. I don't know if he was trying. He was obviously trying to pass him, but it was just weird. He just we'll put a video up on our Instagram at MXSX Podcast of this.
Yes,
but he bumps him, and then Freeze had to be pissed because they both go down.
He just kind of hit some crosswords. I guess that would be the only way that you can explain it. And they both go down, but yeah, it was strange for sure.
And then they get up, and then it's Anderson and Eli battling for 12th place.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny because Jeff and Ralph, they're doing the math. All right, well, if they finish just like this, the points lead would go down to only 29. And we're just damn, Anderson is really killing. If they finish like this, it's still looking good for Anderson.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. He can retire and be fine.
Yeah, and that's when Musquin actually passed Brayton for the lead, and he was leading this race.
Yeah, he did. He passed Brayton, exactly. Brayton passed Craig, and Musquin passed Brayton, and he looped out pretty hard.
Yeah, it was so sketchy because he just jumped and it was just way off balance and just had his front wheel just way the hell up, and then he lands, and then he was just just gunned it right over the inside berm and just jumped into the mechanics area.
As soon as I saw him jump, I was like, he's going down. He just looked sketchy.
Yeah, so sketchy. And it was just right there in the mechanics area.
Then a couple turns later, boom, sand eats him.
Yeah, it was a rough night for him. It really was. It didn't go well. He had that tear off thing stuck on his hand flapping around the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see anything about that on there?
No, I did not.
I wonder what that was and how that happens.
So
You just pull the tear off. And I think it messed him up because like he kept trying to get it out and then like he wrecks and then like he's trying to get it out more and then it was just like so frustrating. And he's the damn tear off.
I did not notice that. I'll go back and check him out. But so yeah, that I don't know. That Tomac passed him. Tomac was like probably like 10th place. He got passed by a bunch of people whenever he went down that second time. And Tomac just passing everyone, man. He did a hell of a comeback. I think at some point he went he saw, he was battling with Webb again, and I thought he was going to take him out again.
Yeah, he literally, from dead last, so they were running. So like after Muscan fell the second time, he went from 4th place to 9th place after he fell. So he was in 1st, then he goes to 4th, then he falls again, goes to 9th. And then it's Brayton out there, Craig's back up to 2nd, Pike's in 3rd, Webb was in 4th, and Wilson was in 5th. And then this is like right around the time like Webb turned like the fastest lap, and we're like, all right, maybe Webb can like step this up.
Yeah.
And then Tomac just comes hauling ass through, passes Wilson. Webb moves to the 3rd because he passes Pike, and then Marvin passes Wilson for 6th, so he's like trying to catch back up. And then Webb passes Craig right where Marvin wrecked for that for 2nd right there. So Webb's now in 2nd, and it's like, all right, here comes Eli. We're gonna see like round 2 showdown.
Yeah, Eli came at one point. He was like 14 seconds behind. 4 laps later, he's 2.5. So he did a hell of a comeback. He ended up passing everyone all the way to 2nd. I think if he had one more lap, he would have passed Brayton too. Brayton started pushing at the end, and Anderson just kind of gave up. He like went down and just kind of just did a race, kind of trying to finish top 10. I don't know. It was a weird race.
He was doing the math too because he knew. He knows how far ahead he was.
Yeah, I'm sure his mechanics were just like, dude, just finish the fucking race. So.
Yeah, he's still 40 points ahead. 40 points. So he's like, yo, I can finish in what? I can finish in 7th place and still be 40 points ahead. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Just don't crash.
Yeah. So Justin Brayton with the huge win did 131 starts on the 450. And this is his first career win. His first official career win, because he did win one of the main events over in Atlanta, and I guess it wasn't enough. And good for him, dude. Everybody was so pumped on every social media, like Twitter, Instagram. Everyone was like, hell yeah, Brayton, like good for him, good shit. Like it was good to see that type of support towards there's this guy, a guy, I believe he came from Arena Cross, if I'm not mistaken. So
dude, Brayton has 0 enemies, no haters at all. Nobody doesn't like Brayton.
That's exactly what I saw. That's exactly what I saw. So Justin Brayton win his first freaking race ever, wins it at Daytona, which is huge.
Hey, and you think everyone else was pumped? Dude, he was so pumped. Like, he was just, like, the whole time after, he was just so pumped, just throwing his hands in the air. Just,
dude, he just won his first fucking Supercross after 131 starts. That was the first fucking Supercross for the Smart Top Bullfrog Spaz Motor Concepts Honda team. So, imagine how much money they just made that night. Imagine how pumped they were. Imagine just, first win for them, first win for Brayton. Fucking privateer pretty much team winning the
No, man. They're not privateer. They got factory bikes over there. They got Honda factory bikes pretty much.
Okay, well, maybe they're not hauling their bike on a freaking pickup, but they're not a factory team.
Yeah, nobody definitely looks at them as like one of the biggest teams.
All right, let's go with a satellite team then.
They're proving themselves, that's for sure.
Exactly. So it's like that's so cool. That's awesome and good for Brayton. And I'm actually really pumped for him. And
dude, he looked like he was on drugs. Like he was just so he's like the drunk guy at the party. He's just like you play the rock song, you just
whenever they interview him, did you? I don't know. Like I was like, dude, I don't think he's realized anything that like I don't think it's settled yet. Like he just looked like, well, yeah, I just won. It was cool, and I'm like, wow. And then he like got super pumped. Like he was like, yeah, like just super
That's what I was
pumped.
saying, though.
Yeah.
Dude, he was just so high on that feeling. Like he literally looked drunk up there.
Yeah, good shit. Congratulations, Justin Brayton, on the first win.
New winner.
If anybody knows them, let them know. We are at MXSX Podcast. Again, so Justin Brayton wins. Eli Tomac second place. Good for him. Also a really good race by him. Cooper Webb third. Christian Craig just outside that main event. He's still kind of new on this 450 thing, so I think he's still got a couple of races, but I think we'll see him in the podium for sure, bro.
Yeah, he's definitely doing really good. A great race for him. 4th place overall.
Yeah.
Or just kidding. Yeah, that is right.
Yeah. 4th place for Craig. Marvin Muskin in 5th. Weston Pike in 6th. Anderson 7th. Yeah, there you go. Dean Wilson 8th. Baggett 9th. Brock Tickle with 10th place.
Kind of a rough night for Baggett, you know.
It was,
He's 3rd in the heats.
I wonder
not
if
terrible, but you know, I'm sure he was a little sore.
Yeah, I wonder if
his last crash.
Yeah, I wonder if the wrist had anything to do with it.
Yeah, but so not the greatest for him. And
I definitely thought he was gonna do a lot better.
Yeah. Good thing I didn't pick him.
So this is how we're standing the points. We have Jason Anderson with 223 points. Marvin Muskin 183 points. So a little bit closer. Not just yet.
1 point closer than it was last week or something.
Yeah. Justin Brayton with 170 points in 3rd place. Good for him.
3rd place. Look at that. Passing Baggett.
I know. Baggett 4th place with 164. Tomac in 5th place. Look at that. 160 points.
He was like 20th,
I know. That's
week
ridiculous.
3 or something. Like he's just working his way up every single week.
Yeah, so Pike 6th, Webb in 7th, Brock Tickle in 8th, Cole Celine 9th, Justin Barsha in 10th. So that will change.
Look at that. 9th, 10th, and 11th are 3 injured riders.
I know. So Chad Reed would definitely gonna, and Dean Wilson's gonna get some positions there. Stewart's gonna get some positions there.
Yeah.
Chad will definitely get some positions there because he's got Josh Grant in front of him too. But yeah, man, it was a great race, great 450 main event, great. Congratulations against Justin Brayton from the MXSX Podcast family. Yeah, I can't. There's nothing else about that race besides that. That's about it, man.
It was the Justin Brayton show. It was, we love seeing the new winners, so that was really cool. He's now tied with Marvin for season wins, and they're sitting 2nd and 3rd, so the battle for 2nd and 3rd, it's happening right now. 13 points off, so we'll see what Justin Brayton, if he can keep it up next week. I don't know, but we will find out.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
So thanks, everyone, for tuning in to this episode of the 450 Recap at Daytona. Follow us on Instagram at MXSX Podcast, and we'll have a bunch of cool videos up there for you. And check us out for the 250s. Peace.